So Derpy's nearly here, which obviously means that Kudra is going to become irrelevant soon, and unfortunately for me, I'll be at like 40 mil purse for about the next week. But luckily for you though, it means that you can either stop playing Skyblock for a week, which is a great move by the admins right there, or you can start grinding a couple of the irrelevant skills that nobody likes, as in foraging, farming, fishing, and carpentry. So instead of watching YouTubers tell you everything you already know, like don't collect your minions and go grind skills, let's get into some of the more controversial things that you should be grinding during Derpy. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so right before we begin, I just wanted to mention I will be uploading a ton more this month because I need to hit 2.5k by the end of the year, because if I do, I kind of made like a deal that I would get my friends G-Drag. So yeah, please like and subscribe. It just means I'll be making better content as a whole. Yeah, back to your video. So usually during Derpy, you don't want to be doing too much like combat stuff because double mobs health, of course. But then if you do dungeons, you're getting a ton more Cata XP. Because if you think about it, no other mare and basically no other items will give you more Cata XP. So that 50% adds up pretty quickly, especially if you're doing master mode. And as long as you've got a term, you're pretty much set for everything, and honestly, double mob health doesn't actually do too much. And since Derpy's around, and if you don't actually want to do dungeons when dungeons is around, well, go remember some more secrets, remember some more rooms, and I mean, just use the downtime to actually do the things that you usually wouldn't be doing. So, you know, Derpy's not all that bad, but then again, he sucks. So this is a really short minor thing for all of you guys who don't like social interaction when you're fishing, but generally, since it's Derpy and not Marina, there's a bit less people who fish and more people who do the other skills. So if you go fish during, well, Derpy, there's going to be a lot less people and less people griefing you. So, I mean, if you want to go fish during this time with less people, go ahead, but honestly, it's a really small minor detail. So yeah, fish if you want to. So this could be entirely wrong, but you should go grind like those easier bestiaries such as like cows, sludges, I mean any of those like weirder bestiaries that nobody actually grinds, because what else are you kind of meant to do during Derpy? And it's one of those things you always put off until later, and later equals Derpy, because Derpy is of course the downtime there. So because it's Derpy, you'll also get a bit more combat XP from all of that. So if you do get some more like combat milestones or like bestiary milestones, level a G-Drag, do some of that stuff, and you'll be making a little bit more money. And honestly, yeah, just do your bestiary. When else are you gonna actually do it? So as I've already mentioned multiple times now, Derpy is essentially the downtime there. And of course with downtime comes Skyblock XP. As a whole, just go craft some minions. Everyone's like doing some farming or foraging, so they're slightly cheaper. It doesn't really matter too much. Finish up your power stones, get some Catacombs boss runs done. They're kind of fast and they're still a little bit combat related, so you're not absolutely bored to death during Derpy. And just do everything you set aside for like a later date. And if you said that you'd later get into fishing, then go get into fishing right now. Get yourself like a thunder set, like a full like setup, so you don't have to keep checking the auction house, because of course it's closed, and you know, you still have a day to buy all the gear you'll need for Derpy, and so you can grind hard during it. But yeah, just go grind like Skyblock XP during it. It's basically just downtime, so go do that. Wait, you remember that like one update which like was really hyped up, but then everyone like basically finished in the first day and then left everything else to do a later time because it was all ping related? Oh yeah, it was called the Rift. Yeah, go grind some moats and stuff while you're waiting for Derpy at the end. It's kind of like a nice money making method, and I mean you can go finish up Vampire Slayer if you still haven't finished that. But really, just get your free levels and just finish that off. And what that basically means is that you'll never have to think about this ever again, because it absolutely sucks. Unless you want to make some early game money, or you really need a money making method but you just sold your mining setup. So unless you're late game or further, you probably haven't finished all your skills, and there's a ton of things you still haven't done in Skyblock or even started doing. So generally, a lot of players are very centered on specific parts of the game, as in just combat. And I mean, if you're just doing combat, that means your skill average is probably not the best. And what you'll want to start doing with this Derpy is to try some other things, such as farming, which is really fun because of course, it's the most exhilarating thing that you've ever tried. Or you could go do foraging, which is great. But, you know, just get into something new. I was kind of joking with those other two, but it could be pests, it could be bestiary, it could be like just something new that you wouldn't ever have done before. Because, I mean, Derpy's Derpy, and he's just going to waste a ton of your time. So, I mean, it's a great time to just start grinding some Skyblock XP. So, just try something new. You won't regret it, because, I mean, why not? They should really just rename Derpy to, like, the Downtime Mare, because, I mean, their names start with the same letter. And that can't be a coincidence, right? But, you know, just, I mean, during Derpy, there's nothing you can really do. Just hold down 2 buttons, get some Skyblock XP, do those things that you never would have done because Derpy is just weird. Look at his face. What is that? And, you know, just get some Skyblock XP. That's all Derpy is really here for right now. And honestly, you know, do the normal things, collect your minions. And don't forget on the last day either, or else you'll be really annoyed. So, yeah, go grind, and I mean, that'll help your Skyblock level. So I guess I'll see you in the next one.